Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is what if this is what if Deku was ink sans. And yes, I'm finally doing it after I put up that poll like a month ago. Was it like a month ago? I can't remember. Um so yeah, I don't really have much to say on this one. So let's just get into the story, I guess. I don't really have anything to talk about tonight. Well, at the beginning of this video, anything. I don't think I have anything. No, I don't. Well, let's just get into the story. Deku was born into a world where everything was black and white. No matter how hard he tried to be happy or feel anything, he couldn't. No emotions, just black, white, and emptiness. But he still tried, and the people he knew resented him for it. They told him to give up and stop trying. He's told him to stop trying, to give up, to... what's the word? Fucking hell. No, that's not COVID, that's just me choking on air. Where was it? Oh yes, they resented him for trying to feel anything. One day he grew tired of everything, and he ripped his own soul apart, giving him a new start, you could say. He found himself in another void. Tattoo-like markings littered his torso in vine thorn-like patterns. So he walked and walked, feeling nothing, empty, truly cold, no emotions. But one day, a single drop of paint fell down from the sky, landed on him. That was then when Deku first and finally felt something, anything. He finally felt happy? He didn't really know, but all he knew he felt was something. He finally felt emotion. Deku finally feeling something, he never wanted to let it go. So every time more paint would fall from the creator of his world, he would capture it in little vials each time. Each paint representing a new color. Pink, lust. Red, anger. Yellow, happiness. Green, disgust. Blue, sadness. Yellow, kind of happiness, amazement, that kind of color. Purple, questioning, I don't know. And soon he found out he had other abilities. The ability to create himself. Given his abilities, he started to create. He started off small, of course, but then soon he grew bigger, designing his void-like world, changing it to something beautiful. But soon, that would change. One day when Deku was experimenting with his abilities, he found he could teleport using ink, of course. So, when he first tried this, he wasn't very good still learning to use his magic and such. But once he did, he was able to jump to multiple different worlds. AUs, he called them. AUs, the creators called them. It was his job to protect them. So after many years of protecting the AUs from people who wanted to cause chaos across the multiverse, he finally found a universe that interested him. See, he deemed it entertaining, exciting. This universe, ladies and gentlemen, was the My Hero Academia universe. This universe where humans had superhuman, where humans had abilities of superpowers, abilities of fire, ice, able to move things with their minds. Interesting, he thought. So he settled down. But, given him looking like a very young teenager, he was soon found by a young lady called Inko Midoriya. She adopted him and brought her to his home. And Deku loved to create. So it supports all kinds of art. Painting, literature, dance, music, etc. Very passionate about art. Likes to motivate characters and creations. And he loves to create. Even though he uses art as a tool, no one really saw his drawings or paintings. He's afraid, and Deku fears one thing: whiteness, of absence of presences or shapes around him. Loneliness, huge empty spaces, that is what he fears. Reminds him too much of the void he was trapped in so long ago. Deku has a tendency to get too excited about things. He happens sometimes to randomly vomit ink, mostly when he gets too emotionally shaken, whether from passion or shock. He also has very short memory, and will forget about different things, sometimes stopping mid-sentence and trying to remember what he said a few seconds before. That's why he takes notes on his scarf. Deku does not appear as a perfectly well-behaved character. He can be inconsiderate or even downright mocking and cruel with his opinions, and deep down he sees other characters as fake story characters and not as creatures like him. He tends to be somewhat detached from his emotions, with hardly having proper social understanding. He's blunt in his teasing and mocking, just like in his ability to give support and be kind. He's a mischief maker, and pranks are his guilty pleasure. He approaches enemies carefully. He will not try to attack them first, but will mostly focus on trying to discover their motives and talk to them through it. Although he does come off as a jerk on first impression, he does know what to analyze and to understand the issue. So he can brush people the right way and hopefully have them listen. Deku, in general, acts wittingly and provocatively. Now I'm getting into more of his legitimate abilities. In copying. Basically, he can appear anywhere in any AU of his liking. From any kind of liquid, he uses them as ink portals. Creation, his brush, which he has named Broomy. I know, weird name. His brush gives him the ability to create anything he likes, and it makes him come to life, with the exception of dead characters. He does not create AUs or branching timelines, however. He does not create the AUs or branching timelines, however. Ink blasters. He can create gaster blasters that shoot ink and solidify in contact. Script reading. He can read the scripts of all AUs in existence, thus knowing the fates of all of its inhabitants. That's his abilities. I'm not going into any. I don't feel like going any deeper. Oh, right. He can also make ink bones, which are what it sounds like. They're solidified ink made into bones. Ink's only job is to protect the scripts of all the AUs. He does not create them. He's also asexual. Oh, and if you're going to yell at me in the comments for that, I don't care. He's asexual. He doesn't. There might be a ship, but there probably will not be, because I do not know who to ship with Ink. So right of now, there's no ship. But if there is one you want to request, go ahead. But of right now, there isn't. What deku looks like now, basically what the picture is, he has black paint, or whatever it be, ink on his right cheek. His eyes are usually a blue circle on his right eye, and a star on his left. He dons a long-sleeved white undershirt with a small brown jacket over it. His pants are actually overalls with the tops tucked into his waist. The legs are very wide at the bottoms, with creases around the legs. He also has no shoes. Instead of, he goes for barefoot with a pair of leggings. Don't ask. He has a work belt across his chest with the rainbow paint vials, which have heart-shaped tops, on it. When Ink drinks what vial, he gets artificial emotions. On his back, he possesses his most powerful tool, an ink brush, which he has named Brome, which I've already gone over. I think that's his backstory, abilities, appearance. Correct? Yes, I did. Alright. Ink's. Ugh, I keep saying Ink. Deku's rival. Will there be an Error Sans character in this book? Maybe. That's up to you guys to decide. I can put an Error Sans character in here if you want to. I can if you want to. I cannot if you don't want to. I could care less if I put an Error Sans character in it. But I will probably, because that makes the story more fun. And if we do add an Error Sans character, do you want him to be a villain or a hero? If we do add an Error Sans. But put it in the comments. I see a lot of requests for Error Sans to be in this video. Or, not video, in this series. Oh, by the way, I'm not doing Season 5 of MHA yet in these What Ifs. Not yet. I will eventually, but not yet. But yeah, I'm cutting this kind of short. But not really. Because I've basically gone over his abilities, personality, backstory, and added a couple other fun facts for this character. But yes, that is all. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace out.